Many thanks for joining me here on Joy News Interactive. It's always exciting to hear what you have to say about trending issues. We are live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144. We are also streaming live on Facebook. Our name is Joy News on TV. Today is going to be interesting because we'll be talking about, probably call it social media gets results, whatever you want to. But yesterday we talked about this campaign on social media asking now the former Deputy Agric Minister William Quaittoo to get sacked or resign. Now, he's resigned after people called for his sack and resignation on social media and other platforms. And that's because he made some ethnocentric comments about Northerners. However, it's as though his resignation has forced those who disagree with the call for his resignation to come out of their shells. Now, the NPP's Peter McMahon spoke to my colleague Latif Idris in Cape Coast during the NPP Delegates Conference and said Mr. Quaittoo won't resign.
It's a very unfortunate comment.
So
that's a very unfortunate comment.
And how is the party handling it?
Well, we just heard it, and we will handle it at party level. So this is a conference level, the highest authority. It is not the highest authority that takes that decision. So we will look at it. If he has to apologize, if he has to be reprimanded, an action will be taken.
Would you say would apology be enough?
Well, he lives in North. He speaks Dagmani. He knows them. He knows what will satisfy them. Okay? And we will consult the rank and file of the party, the leadership of the party in the Northern region, the national executive, and the decision.
There already calls that it should be sacked by the president.
Oh, I think that's too far. I would say that's too far. I mean, there are various sanctions that could be that could be suspension, apology, etc. What is important is for him to acknowledge whether or not indeed he has offended them. That's the most important thing. That is really the most important thing. So let's wait.
So just a bit of correction there. He didn't say he won't resign. He only said people calling for his sack is just far-fetched. And this is what we are getting on social media today, because after Mr. Quaittoo resigned, some people think, you know what, an apology was enough. Do you agree? Get onto our Facebook page, because we've posted that question. We've created, given you the two scenarios where others, started hashtag sack Quaittoo now. And actually, a presidential staffer came out to say that a mere apology is not what we are demanding. That's Napaga Tia Suleimana, and she's a Northerner, you can tell by her name. But Isaac Edu James says Deputy Agric Minister resigns, not impressed one bit. He's not excited. Manasseh Zuria Wene also put on Facebook that he thought an apology was enough and we need to forgive him. So where do you stand? What do you think? Was an apology enough, or you agree with all those who think that his resignation is in order? Shadrach Mensah says, what is tribe? Ghanaians are concerned about tribal issues too much. He's asking, is it tribe you are going to eat? Chiefs are benefiting from royalties, and you people are thinking about tribes. Robicon Monarson says, Agric Minister's resignation is meaningless until it's linked with a total resignation as a member of parliament. And it goes on and on, because what Robicon is saying is another angle to this whole story. Others think, you know what? Yes, but he's still a member of parliament, and we don't want that. He's in our August house, and we don't want that. Do you agree with those who think, you know what, in fact, even resigning, guys, he said he's sorry, just forgive him. Evans Orekwamponsa says, we don't have any take, he thinks the media crucified him, so what else again? And then he says when it's about some people, it's so sensitive. When it's others, we brush it aside. He thinks there's a bit of hypocrisy and dishonesty in this. William Obing says, so the next time a state official also says Fantis like concert, Ashantis and their R and L, we must force him to resign. Yeah, that is to say, should we also force him to resign? Definitely. He says, I hate it when people are being too tribalistic by complaining about any least thing said about them. Imagine what will happen if the Western Regional Minister ever jokingly said Frafres and Dagatis like dog meat. Okay, but Anthony Cabo, one of their own, said some on national TV, and we all laughed about it. And when you get onto social media as well, you would see people trying to recap moments where some you know, government appointees had to resign. They mentioned Victoria Hammer. We know about that audio that leaked, you know, and they mentioned a few other names, some who were even sacked. Muntaka Mubarak over that Chichinga issue and saga. And so people are just recapping moments, and this is one that I just read to you. Venn diagram says his resignation was long overdue. A small country like Ghana doesn't need 3 deputies at the Agric Ministry. I hope and pray the president doesn't replace him, since it will be a drain on the national coffers. Khalil Maestro says, I didn't expect him to resign, but, well, that means he's a gentleman. Good luck, man. Next time, watch your mouth. Okay, your regards to the this thing. I don't know what the this thing is, okay? But Abu Lansani, my namesake Abu, says, I am more than a happy man, not because he has resigned, but because he's taking responsibility for his own comment. On the other hand, I'm sad because the very people who started this uproar were rather being so tribal in a sense that their call on other tribes in the north were left out. Meanwhile, in his comments, he said Northerners, well, repeating what the former Deputy Agric Minister said. Matilda Bassi says, an apology is enough. We should know one was not born perfect and we all make mistakes in one way or the other. We should try to learn how to forgive and be a brother's keeper. Kwache Dampari Eric says, I know the NDC never shut their mouth. Hypocrisy has become the order of the day. That's why Opana and his disciples are in opposition. You remain there for life. Well, so there you have it. Very interesting development, if you ask me. I'm just wondering why all those who think an apology was enough didn't come out to say when the campaign started on social media, hashtag sack him now, or sack Quaittoo now, or Quaittoo must leave, you know. And actually he resigned. We got the news. It was confirmed last night by Eugene Ahin, who's also a presidential staffer. So it gets interesting, but it's not only on Facebook, on Twitter as well. Let's just get some of the tweets about this development. This says the Deputy Agric Minister's resignation is a very good step. I think we the Northerners are now at peace, and it's from Jempampa_Kaboy. He says, mind your words, okay? And King David Antuson replies and says, not all of us can be used by some politicians just for a cup of rice. Some of us can follow blindly. Okay, so he responds to that. And so there are a lot of tweets from different media houses, the newspapers, you know. Manasseh Azuria Winnie tweets, out of the abundance of the Deputy Agric Minister's heart, his mouth has spoken. He's not alone. He says it's such a shame, but he also believes, Manasseh believes, that he should have been forgiven after he apologized. Okay, and we just go on. Like I mentioned, a lot of photos. Franklin Kujo with Imani Ghana says, thank you, President Akufo-Addo. Deputy Agric Minister William Quaittoo resigns. I'm just wondering why Mr. Kujo is thanking the President when Mr. Quaittoo resigned. Well, does it go to buttress the point? People claim that he was actually coerced to resign. So Dominic Nikotor. Okay, let's move on for that. Mr. Kumi's last baby says, but wait, what the deputy minister said wasn't okay. All right, okay, so she's actually referring to some other friends. We don't want to you know, pour more fuel into the fire. And Edward NL Thompson says, whose war? Some comments made the Deputy Agric Minister has drawn the ire of some Ghanaians. All right, okay. So that's those are just some tweets about this issue on social media. Interesting. So once we pick the comments on Twitter about the resignation of the former Deputy Agric Minister, it's just okay to stay with Twitter, right? Okay, so there's a hashtag trending, hashtag life, and it's on World Trends. Now, people on Twitter are sharing what they know about life and what they think life should be. And our question to you today is, what really have you learned about life? We posted that question on Facebook, and you can also tweet at us at Joy News on TV. But let's start on Twitter. And Jesse Wilbur says, what a hashtag life if you don't enjoy life as it comes. Enjoy every day to the best. Look at these guys, how they enjoy. It's actually of some men playing, it's supposed to be a ball game. I can see them hitting a ball in flood water. So there you have it. Well, for her, she thinks this is what life should be. Take the bad and work with it, make it work for your good. And Iwan Godfried says, if I don't post, it's either because I'm busy or boring. He hashtags life. All right, so just, you know, some people would just want to find a way to join the trend. And at Karos Media says, a hashtag life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. All right. Very interesting things people are writing about life. But Sanjay says, be a part of hashtag life. Don't try to control the world, be in it. Don't try to control the world, be in it. That's what someone tweets about life. And Budu Humphrey Kwame says, dear God, please guide me as I walk through this hashtag life. Help me not to act only by my own wisdom, but seek your will in every situation. So that's Budu Humphrey's tweet about life. And someone is actually quoting Bruce Lee, says, morning, have a great Wednesday. And if you think a thing is impossible, you only make it impossible. And he quotes Bruce Lee there. And that's his own view on life. And Marvan Gupta says, sometimes to gain success, you must hug your hashtag insult. Okay, so that's his quote about life. But get onto our Facebook page, because we've been asking you what you've learned about life so far, even as people tweet about life and what it should be or what you should make of life. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying here on Joy News Interactive. And it's a Wednesday, and you know we'll be bringing you tech tips. Kobe Spike Nkrumah is already in the studio, and he's going to be telling us the 10 commandments of passwords. But before he does that, let me just quickly tell you what some of you have been sharing with us about what you've learned from life. Lovely's Lizzie Eliquim says, life is a platform where you exhibit the best in you, and with that, there's no need to compete with anybody. Just focus and do your own thing with less pressure. What matters most is being able to finish it. It doesn't matter whether you walk, crawl, or run. Above all, life is about living and pleasing God only. All right. And Philip Ahuma says, life is about being good to everyone, irrespective of their status. Be good to people on your way up the ladder, because you meet them on your way down. As Lucky Dube said, share your riches with the poor before they share their poverty with you. And as Culture also said, just be good to everyone in life, and life will be perfect for you. Let's just do the last one from Efo Della. Says, life is when you don't walk in the company of hashtag cheaters and hashtag liars. You will live to please only God and no one else. Life has taught us a lot, hasn't it?